Bizzy Crook. What's going on with you,
Oh
bro?
my God, how you feeling, man? Thank you for having me.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Really can't complain. It's Friday, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good day to
Absolutely.
be in the A.
Yes, sir.
Welcome down to Atlanta, bro. So can you tell me, man? This lock the fuck in,
Yes, sir.
like first single. You know what I'm saying? Like break this down to me. Why exactly did you decide to name it Lock the Fuck In?
Man, lock the fuck in is just it's just what I was going through at the time, man. You kind of start getting to that phase in life where like you start to like really question certain relationships. Like, man, does this make sense? Does this feed my higher self? Does this align with where I'm trying to go in life? And you start making subtractions. And man, I was about 250 pounds, and I'm just like, man, I gotta lock in, man. Like my goal is to be booked for all these festivals, but I was like, man, can I really perform 30 minutes on stage being this overweight?
Mm.
So I just started running every day, 5 miles a day, just overnight.
Yeah.
And just locking in, man, just started reading more, stop going out so much, stop drinking so much, and just getting real serious about my goals. And, I just wanted to make an anthem for people that's going through that awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. So like, this transition from like, the background into the foreground, like what was the catalyst for it?
Man, my guy Sean Barron right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was pursuing music my whole life. It's took me all over the world. There was a lot of ups and downs. And once I started getting into songwriting, I was like, okay, well, maybe this what God has planned for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I started being okay with it. And then, I get a call from Sean one day, like, yo, what's up with the music thing? Like, let's work.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe God isn't done with me, and maybe I still got something to say
Mm-hmm.
as an artist. So that put that spark back in me, and Underdogs Win Eventually, which is the name of the album. I just felt like everything coming full circle. It was very important for me to get that message out to the world.
Yeah. That's real. And like, so with the success of like, Mutt having a little bit of writing on that, and you coming into the foreground of music, like this transition is it's common nowadays that I feel
Mhm.
like, there's a lot of writers that are trying to push out and, put
Mhm.
their face on the music.
Right.
So like with everything that you're doing right now and Underdogs eventually winning, like why was that important for it to be the name of the title of the project?
Man, because my journey, like I started off battle rapping
Mm.
on this league called Grind Time.
Mm-hmm.
I started really young. I was really good at using the internet. Um, so I was like 16, like on like big mixtapes, like DJ White Owl and Big Mike and all those guys,
Mm-hmm.
legendary mixtape guys. Um, so to go from that to, you know, we on a Billboard. I think I'm like number 3 on the R&B songwriters chart right now. That's Underdogs When Eventually. Like
Mm-hmm.
within that whole journey from battle rapping to now, you know how many people told me no.
Yeah.
You know how many people like family. I grew up like I didn't have a supporting voice in my life since a kid. I had to be that for myself. Um, so to go from that to where we are now to like signing with Easy Money after this long, where people already write you off, it's like Underdogs When Eventually. Like,
Yeah.
and I just want to like inspire and be that poster child for everybody out there that it's never over. Dreams don't have an expiration date, and I just believe it's like it's science, man. As long as you never let up, like
Mm-hmm.
eventually the underdog will win.
Yeah. And that's real. And I feel like it's a real formula to it all, cause like, perseverance is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but then just also having like the ability to follow through on
Right.
those things,
Right.
cause it's gonna get hard, and when it gets tough, that's when people usually don't want to do the work
Right.
that's required.
Right.
So I respect you, for everything that you've done up until this point, because
Right.
like it's important, and it also gives like, a testament to mental health and making it through as a young black man.
Yeah,
You feel me?
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
like just to attest to that, like I'm pretty sure there was moments where you had your head down. So like, what were some of the ways that you were able to like pull yourself up out of that rut in order to keep going?
Man, I just kept going, man. I just felt like music was my life, and I just felt like to exist in a world where I wasn't making music, I
Mm-hmm.
might as well be dead. So it's like I had nothing but to do but keep going. It was like, what's the worst that could happen at that point?
That's real. So like to jump into the album, just well, jump into the project a little bit. I haven't been able to see the full track list of it yet, but how many tracks is it?
think we got like
Total.
15, I want to say.
About
Like
15.
15, yeah. Right now, I've been playing around with the skits and really like telling a story. You know, I'm from like the 90s, so like, you know, we appreciated skits
Mm-hmm.
in a story. So, you know, College Dropout, which is one of my favorite albums, drew a lot of inspiration from there. So
Okay.
my goal is to like, if you're from the new generation, to just, you know, give you something to appreciate. But if you're from my generation, to just feel nostalgic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to say, and that's a testament or a statement, at least in itself. Like you saying, College Dropout is like the
Right.
inspiration for this project. So to be honest, is was expecting big things from you from this
Right.
project. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm excited to hear. What would you say, like maybe the top 3 songs on the project that you've been playing with that you're excited for the people to hear the most?
My top 3 records is Could Be Worse with
Mhm.
Leon Thomas. What Do You Like with Ty Dolla Sign, and my third is probably a record called Justified
Mhm.
with Benny the Butcher.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna work it in. We're gonna work it backwards. First is Justified with
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher. Like, nah, I know that was like a moment where y'all able to do the song in the studio together.
Nah.
Okay,
He
you
sent
had
it
to.
over. I sent it over. He sent it back.
Okay, understood. So, but even creating this, even creating that track, like what was that like for you, and then what was the vibe for the song itself?
So the song is about outgrowing people, and you know, pretty much like the hook says, if if I ever cut you off, it was justified.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times, like in life, like we have trauma bonds with people. We try to hold off. We try to hold on to like relationships that stunt our growth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much just me saying, like, if I ever let you go, like it was justified. Like it's something you did.
Yeah.
And this era, man, it's important to choose yourself, man. Choose your higher self. Choose your future, and just get serious.
Yeah, that's real. And then going into the track with Leon Thomas, how did you guys come together for that one?
Could Be Worse. We did that in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up to the homie Freaky Rob's studio, and it was the first joint he pulled up.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, let's load it up. And I just said what I had to say. Yeah, Could Be Worse. It's called Could Be Worse, man. It's just like kind of like an oxymoron, talking about like fly stuff and like how good life is, but like
Mm-hmm.
where we come from, it could be worse.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
real. That's real. So like what is as far as like this project all coming together at this very moment, 2025, you know what I'm saying? Like what could have made this a little bit different or a little bit better in your opinion if there was anything that could add to this moment?
Man, I think it's my best album yet. It
Mhm.
was an album that I took my time. Originally, like before signing to Easy Money,
Mhm.
I was ready to close the artist chapter out. So I kind of was like, all right, I'm gonna make this my last album. So I just took my time with it. I was just creating. I've been creating for about 2 years. It's the first album where I made like 70, 80 records
Hmm.
and took it down to 15.
All right.
So I don't know. I can't really say nothing would have made it better. That's just, you know, everything comes from like perspective of my life.
Yeah.
So that's the soundtrack to my life, this last chapter.
So I mean, I guess I find that pretty interesting for you to like want this to be your closing project essentially. Like it seems like it's the one that you put the most work into, you know?
Right.
So it's just like if it was really quote unquote an end of an era, like why do you think you added so much effort into like, you know, finishing it all off?
That's a phenomenal question. I think the title came eventually.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended. So I was just creating a body of work, being more intentional, working with Leon Thomas and learning how to really put a record together.
Mm-hmm.
Because before, like, I was a rapper. Rap was like a diary to me. So I was just rapping about my life. And but working with Leon Thomas, I learned how to do that and make a record at the same time that the world can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So through the process, I was just getting better as a songwriter. From 2022 to like 2024, I wrote 2 to 3 songs a day. So I think that definitely helped with me as a writer. And then like once Mutt started going up, I was like, okay, I could just focus on this. That's when the title came, Underdogs Win Eventually, because you know, seeing a record chart, it was a crazy bidding war for the publishing. It was like God telling me like, yo, I was there the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
every door closed, like, you know, you ever sit to yourself, you start connecting the dots, and it's like, man, if that went right, I wouldn't be here right now.
Mm.
So you start to understand, and in the end, like, what came to me is underdogs win eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real. That's golden though, bro. That's golden. So like with underdogs when eventually, you know, on the way on the horizon for the people, like what would you say like the biggest thing you want them to take out of it? Like, you know, if there's a song or maybe a couple of bars in there that you want people to really like, you know, just feed into, but then gain their own perspective about, and then be able to, you know, just talk to you about it, or, you know, feed into the comments and let them know like how they feel about your music. Like where would that song exist for you?
Probably a record called Nothing Changes.
Mm.
And it pretty much goes, nothing changes till you do. And that's something that, like, it hit like a ton of bricks once I understood it. Like, so many people want change, but they don't want to change.
Mm-hmm.
The current version of you is gonna mirror your current lifestyle. So if you want better, obviously you got to do more work. There was a quote that I heard at church, one of my favorite quotes that really changed my life, and it was like, you're always at your highest level with your current level of information. So if you want to go higher, you need new information.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as human beings, man, we don't take enough accountability for our circumstance. And it's that simple. You want to change your life, you have to change yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's through reading, whether it's through meditating, whether it's through working out. And on that record, I'm really reflective about losses that I took, financial losses, friendship, relationship losses, family losses. And at the time, while they hurt, it's me kind of reflecting on why that happened and how I was responsible.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much saying nothing changes till you do. And if it do, then it got to be voodoo, because it's like the only way you're going to change, you know what I mean? Like it's a quote. It's like you got to do voodoo then if you want to change and become somebody that you haven't worked to become.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No, that's real. I can kind of agree to that, just because, like, for me personally, I've been taking, like, just a little saying and being like, the next 6 months can change your life if you stay positive and keep your mind right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
The next 24 hours could change your life.
Exactly.
You do that.
Yeah.
Internal work.
So it's just like, you know, keeping your feet on the ground, keeping your faith strong, and wherever you decide to point it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important, bruh. So I appreciate you for the message that you're already delivering through the music.
I appreciate you for having me.
I'm waiting for the people, you know, to be able to gravitate towards that and pick it up. But if I could ask you like this last question to kind of wrap it up, like what would you say like is a word or a phrase that would be able to describe, you know, where you are mentally, physically, like spiritually or whatever?
Yeah, my life mantra is it's never over. It's never over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter where you are, whether you're in college, whether you're in a workspace, you know, marital issues is never over.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you keep going and you wake up and make the conscious decision that there's light at the end of the tunnel,
You
it's
know.
never over.
That's real, bro. Well, Bizzy, bro, I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you for coming down to the A.
Thank you, man.
Anytime you down here, bro, you know it's always
Thank
love.
you, brother. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Underdogs when eventually on the way, man. Make sure y'all go listen to Lock the Fuck In. Easy Money, we out here.
Yeah.